to another episode of Perfect Space. It is season 2, episode 11. How are you all feeling tonight? Y'all feeling all right? Yo, Jamie is lethargic. Man of God is tired, and so am I. But we got to push through and do what we came to do.
Oh, yeah.
You know? We have a very interesting topic tonight because we've just been discussing this for the last, 2-3 days?
Mm-hmm.
Really? And kind of dealing with it for the last, what was I say about, I ain't know, a couple of months or whatever. But as you guys know, we get started at 9:05 on the dot. As you come on, make sure that you share the live, tag a friend, tag your sister, brother, cousin, mother, dog. I don't know if your dog has a phone, but tag him too. Text my mom because she told me we need to let her know when we get on live. I said, girl, we get on the live at the same time every Sunday or whatever. But text her so she can know. How you guys feeling? Y'all been all right? How was service today, y'all? Let me tell you something. When I say I was wiped out, like, you know that ugly crying when you're in the corner? You can't just shout. You just ugly cry the whole entire time. And when even before the spirit is like, where everybody's captured up, you have those moments where you just like literally just crying. During service, while the preacher is doing, I call it his talking points, when he's at that. All in my conversation, it just did something to me. Y'all, church was so good. Anybody else had a good service today? Or whatever? Church was so good. Oh my God. Like I said, as y'all come on here, say hello so I can greet you. I want to say something to you people. And again, as share. If you are new here to Perfect Space is a platform where we have authentic, true conversations about life and relationships. And while we're trying to create a perfect space for us, which being perfect is not obtainable, but while we're creating what looks perfect for us in our marriage and our relationships, whether it's platonic or not, as we grow, we want to grow with you. So it's kind of like therapy in therapy. We having therapy with ourselves while we're doing therapy with y'all, essentially, or whatever. Like I said, as you come on, share. We'll get started momentarily, or whatever. How was your day, Jamie?
Long and tired. But I'm here.
You what?
I'm here.
Ooh. Can't come out of there.
I ain't trying to come out of here.
Oh, wow. Well, we'll get into that as well. Because this is the perfect topic. Hit the nail on the head tonight. Perfect. Y'all see his little thugger get up on the day, y'all. Hey?
Oh wow.
that boy got that full spec suit on.
Oh wow.
Trying to show off today.
It's warm.
It's warm. That's why you wore it.
Yep.
No, you got to watch it. You know, people get beside themselves. And you got to watch.
You got to watch me. I'm good.
Okay. I'm just saying. All right, y'all. We got 2 minutes down or whatever. I think we're going to start a little bit early or whatever just because Brother Carter is tired and so am I. I think he's just a little bit more tired of me because I took me a nap. I was smart about today. I don't know if he was smart about today. But
I wasn't smart.
I was smart about today.
And to think about what's going to happen this week for his work is...
That was definitely like according to your name, Jamie. That was a Jamie moment. You know, you got a Caucasian name.
That's fine.
It was very Caucasian, but it's all right. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get started. The topic of tonight is: are you spending enough time together? Are you spending enough time together, y'all? This is a topic I could say is near and dear to my heart right now because me and Jamie have been having y'all, our own personal, don't be give me old nasty face, our own personal discussions about us lacking the opportunity to spend time together or creating the opportunity for us to spend a lot of time together because of our schedule and things that we have going on or whatever. I'm asking you this question. What do you think causes people not to spend time together? Like, what do you feel like some of the main things are?
I would say for us, scheduling, new opportunities, success, being able to maneuver with new roles, whether it be, a new job opportunity or things of that sort. Like I said, success or family. It could be numerous of things.
I feel like and since you said success and new job opportunities, I feel like when I get a job that requires more out of me, I feel like sometimes it causes some type of rhetoric in our house because it causes you to have to pull more weight in an area that I've been pulling for a long time. Or what the case would be. That's just my personal opinion. One of the ones I have here, some of the main causes is a busy schedule. Something that we have, like, it's almost crazy. I was on the phone with one of my good friends that was with Saturday, and I was telling him about my schedule. He was just like, what are you going to put down? Like, are you going to put something down in your schedule? Or are you going to give something up? And I'm going to just give y'all a list of my week or whatever. And sometimes our weeks is different based on what we have to do. But this is normally my week standard. Mondays, of course, is a regular Monday. But Monday, when I get home, feed my kids that night when they go to sleep, that's focused on my business. So I give that day to my business or whatever. Also, Tuesday, I go to work all daggone day. And then I have FBN, which is our Faith Builders Network. We have an entrepreneur coach, which is called the Vocal Encourager, Chastity Gibson. And we get with a group of entrepreneurs. We do meetings, go over marketing, go over things that build up our business while using biblical principles to do so as well. Wednesday, all day work, get off from work. We go straight to daggone Bible study, do worship, whatever the case may be. Not getting home until sometimes about 9:30. And still got to get your kids in the bed. Thursday, choir rehearsal after I get off from work. And literally that's for me, that's every day on Thursday. I don't have a break because I'm on every ministry as far as our music auxiliary goes. Same for him because he's a musician. Fridays, of course, that's time you try to spend with your children. Saturday mornings, everybody know your mama trying to clean up, get the house in line or whatever. But first Saturdays of the month, we have our FBN, Faith Builders Network, in-person meeting. And second Saturdays, I have Daughters of Destiny at church. So that leaves 2 Saturdays if something is going on with family to try to do that. And then Sunday, church, and then Perfect Space. So my schedule, and that's not including all the other stuff that we have to do regarding our kids and their activities. So my schedule, I feel like that plays a big part into us and his as well. Because Jamie worked from the time he get up in the morning to when I come home, when we come home from church and the kids laying down, he's back in the back working or whatever. But I feel like
I work in my sleep.
You what?
Work in my sleep.
You work in your sleep?
I work in my sleep. It is a thing.
I feel like sometimes I work in my sleep. You have ideas, and sometimes you jump up to write them down, or what it is. And then when you break that sleep, it's kind of hard to.
You get your best ideas at night.
Yeah, I can say that. You might get your best idea. Well, yeah. Hey, Auntie Lacey. Hey, Z. How are you? Hey, John. How are you? I feel like that plays a part of us not spending a lot of time together right now because I feel like we just go a million miles a minute or whatever. And I feel like when we do spend time together, I'll be honest, to be very candid, it's sex. Kind of just get that little piece of rocks off.
Get the edge off.
Get the edge off and go back to sleep. Or whatever the case may be. But I feel like most of the time we just go, go, go. They don't like when we say the word sex. I don't understand why.
Who cares?
But I mean, it's the truth.
One person is whatever. Go ahead.
Oh my God. The shade. And she was not. He's so petty. Do not mess with the people that's behind the camera helping us out, okay? They might not come back next week to set up our stuff, all right? So
they'll be right here. They need to be here.
But I feel like our busy schedules for us, it affects us with the time of us spending together.
It does.
Or whatever. Like we were texting this week and you were saying, I feel like when we get busy like this, we grow apart.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever. Can you kind of elaborate on that?
When I think about it, I know for a fact, especially with me, because I can be so driven with the business and what's going on. I feel like when we do have that time and that moment to ourselves is a dead space. It's like where we could be spending time talking with each other. It just, oh shoot, let me get in my phone real quick. Or let me just, you know, it's like a lot of small talk. It's not it's not in depth, as you would say. And so for me, that's the indication that, okay, we're losing that fire for that moment. We're losing that fire, we're losing that spark. And so regardless of however much is going on in our busy world or whatever, like the Bible said that to whom much is given, much is required. So, as we're growing in business, leadership roles, stuff within ministry, careers and things of that sort, we still got to make sure we keep this first. And it's not saying that, okay, I'm needy. I'm going to have moments where I'm needy and she's going to have moments where she's needy. It's just like, it's simply saying like, hey, regardless of what's going on out there, I got to put this first, regardless, because I don't want to create a void and I don't want to create a void, and voids can happen. And I mean, they can be not noticeable at times. You can really, really be going Monday through Saturday, Saturday to Sunday, doing your everyday routine. And it can be something simple as, hey, I didn't get a text, or I didn't get a call, or they didn't hug me, or you didn't say, I love you today, whatever. And it can be the smallest thing. And now there's a void that's being dug inside of you. And the deeper this thing gets, the more you become empty and inside. And now that you're empty, now you're trying to look for things outside of your house, your marriage or your relationship or whatever the situation you may have. You're looking for things outside of that. And it's, particularly us, because we have a, marriage. You're looking for things outside of your God unit to fulfill that thing. And for us, now that I'm getting older and I'm realizing, like, hey, wait a minute, I'm noticing something here, and I'm feeling some type of way here. Hey, hold on, we got $1 back, because I told Lori, I don't want to go into my text message because it'll take me too long to get there because I'm old. But I told Lori,
sorry, you said it.
Anyways, I was telling her something at the bar. We was talking, me and Len was at the barbershop, and we were talking, and I said, no matter how much we become no matter how successful we become, I don't want us to ever grow apart from each other. In other words, I don't want a big house full of stuff and our love is not there. The love that we had when we first started, when we didn't have anything. I don't want to accumulate all this stuff, material stuff. Be able to maneuver and do how we need to maneuver. Right. And I feel like I'm going on, but I feel, for me, this is important, because regardless of how much we grow in life, if we're not together, then I won't be fulfilled. My destiny in my life won't be fulfilled.
Right.
If we're not cohesive together, if we're not on the same level, it got to be a balance, regardless if it's a high or low moment. I hope I answered your question. I don't know if I did.
You did. You on my page, right? My personal page?
Yes, I am.
I need to see, because I'm on this one too. I'm just asking. You are. Because we had a comment here, and read your comment your buddy put on here. That's right. If he stopped buying all that, calling you about that deer meat, he has some time to spend with me.
Hey, don't worry about that. You just go and get them deers, but we'll be all right.
Hey, Carol.
Matter of fact, she threw meat away. She threw meat away about a month ago.
I sure did. Hey, Christina, how are you?
The deer guy's gonna get her.
I'm taking both of them.
The deer guy's gonna get her, shorty.
What's up, Faith? How you doing? I will say, like when he sent that text message to me saying, I don't want us to be so successful that we miss each other and we start growing apart because we're so busy and things are consuming our time. And I told him, I said, I feel like in our marriage, how we communicate right now. We do talk. We have good communication. We don't be fussing and hollering and screaming at each other. But I feel like sometimes it's minimal because we're going a million miles a minute. And by the time we get settled down or whatever, we're tired. Or either he's still working. He's still back there working, and I go lay in bed and I didn't wind myself down while I'm tired. And then he want my attention. I'm just like, well, you work for yourself. You can, or just like he said, and it was crazy. We were all on three-way with my mom or whatever. And he was saying, like, I want to feel wanted. You ain't text me today. You ain't call me today. I'm like, well, I work at a job now. I cannot have my phone. And the only time I have my phone is on lunchtime. He was like, why can't you call me on my lunch? And I told him, I said, last week you kind of hurt my feelings. He was like, what? And he always likes to say, I'm not an emotional person or I don't have feelings, which is not true. I do have feelings. I just don't say a lot of stuff or whatever, or I don't indulge in a lot of, I guess, feelings wise or whatever. And that's why he kind of hurt my feelings. The opportunity that I was on the phone with him on my lunch, I called him and I was telling him about my day. I was excited or whatever. He just kind of like cut me off mid-sentence and was like, you know what? I gotta go. I gotta take this call. And then one side of my brain is like, I understand because you work for yourself and sometimes there's no downtime, especially for this season with contract. There's no downtime. But in the other season,
hold on, let me go. I'm gonna put this on hold.
But still, that's not an excuse.
No, I'm just saying.
And then on the other side, I was saying, you know what? But that does not dismiss my feelings just because he's running a business. That does not dismiss, like, I felt my feelings was hurt because, like, dang. So he was like, well, why don't you call me? I was like, because every time I do get on the phone with you, and my mama could test to it, everybody, he'll be in a mid-conversation, you'll be in a mid-conversation, you be getting your part out, I gotta call you back. I gotta call you back. And he'd never call you back. And I'll be like, well, I'm not gonna keep trying to force myself to have conversation if you tell me not going. And I'm already not a phone person. If you know me for real, I don't talk on the phone. I don't text on the phone. That's just not me at all. There is nobody that can say they sit on the phone with me at all, except my best friend Chanel. No woman at my church, and I love the women at my church. Let me put that disclaimer out there. No man at my church, no friends outside of that, except Chanel. I don't sit on the phone with nobody. Not even ask my mom and my sisters. We talk in the morning, but when I get tired of talking, guess what I do? Don't I ask my mama? I hang the group chat right up. Or they'll send text messages and I don't answer them. Oh, it's nothing against anybody. I'm just not a phone person or whatever. And I've realized that a lot of phone conversations, the one I had in the past, took a lot of my time. And I don't have that time to give right now. I'm already overwhelmed and I pull from here and there. We got a couple of comments, I think, on both here. Mm-hmm. My mom said, I love the way y'all came together and compromised to make things work for both of y'all. Yeah, because my mom was on the call with us. We were trying to talk him back from Spartanburg. You got home almost 3 o'clock this morning. Mm-hmm. 3 o'clock this morning. So my mom and me was talking him back from Spartanburg, but my mama knew I was tired because I had the kids and I was going out and about with the kids all day. So she kind of stood in the gap for both of us. I know Lauren is, tired, and I know she gonna fall asleep a while. Let me try to stay on the phone with Jamie to talk him home. So I thank God for my mom because she finds ways so she can help us. When she see we are busy, she'll try to get the kids, when she can, try to help get the kids dressed in the morning when she can. She cooked dinner for us today because, we went a million miles a minute saying, let me go ahead and cook dinner and make sure they have something to eat at the church or whatever. And even when I'm at church, she keeps my kids at church. So I really appreciate her. But she'll say, that's me. I'm not a phone person.
Oh, and shout out to, we have a team that God has blessed us with. A group of ladies and a young man by the name Maxwell. What's Maxwell's last name? David.
Just Davis.
Maxwell Davis. I thought I was about to be prophetic for a second.
Oh my God.
I forgot his last name. But anyway, Maxwell, Jordan,
hey, Tina.
and Tate. Who am I forgetting?
And Kaya.
Them four, right?
Mm-hmm. Those four people.
Those 4 people have truly been a blessing. Really to us because, believe it or not, we've been together 14 years this year, right? Mm-hmm. And the last 12 years of our life, we haven't had any babysitters at all.
We always took our kids with us.
At all. And now things are shifting within our staff that we got. So we're gonna have to bring in more staff to help us do what we got to do and grow. So it's a lot.
It's a lot to maneuver. Yeah, it's a lot to maneuver or whatever. And the main thing is we always try to keep out God first when we're trying to focus on how we're trying to maneuver our lives and the people that we have around, our children and ourselves, because and then try to upbuild the people that we do have around, because they got their own life issues and own things they're going through with their life or whatever. Yeah. So I don't want to pull from them so much, and I can't pour anything back into them. And I'm very big on that or whatever. So I honestly really do thank God for them, because it's been times where we've needed those little mini vacays, and if it had not been for those group of young ladies and young men, we would have not been able to take that time to be able to plan and do and be able to sometimes take a step back and work on our marriage.
Yeah, so
whatever the case would be.
So part of our success.
Most definitely. Definitely.
But I feel like for us now, Laura was talking about the phone conversation and things of that sort. I am guilty of that. I ain't gonna lie to you, because I be on the phone, and as a business owner, I'm pretty sure if we have some on here, as a business owner, your day can be
Trade a Tire plug is on here too. So
what's up, man? Your day can be dry. You done pray, you done decree, you done declare, you done did all that stuff, and it can be silence, and you get a call, and then boom, you gotta follow that lead, because because this call is gonna lead to this call, that person's gonna lead to this. You just don't know how the puzzle is gonna work. So you really, and I hate to say this, but you really can't afford to miss this call or that text or whatever the case may be, because it's you in that moment. When you're in that moment, you're in that zone, and I don't want this contract. And the tire plugger, he can tell you, hey, I done sold these many tires, I done did this. So okay, I'm on to the next one. And so a lot of times I'm just in that zone, but I got to find a way. Seriously, y'all, we got to find a way on how we are going to maneuver as pertains to our conversation, communication.
Because I look at that, it's like, when is it enough where it's not at the expense of your family, or whatever. And I feel like with our son Landon, when he's not around, Landon, he acts up, or he gets in these moods, or whatever the case may be, and you can tell that of his father's presence is not in the home, or he's not spending as much time, with his dad or whatever. So it's a big change or whatever. And sometimes I know for me, sometimes I get mentally and physically exhausted. My mom was over here. That was Jordan. What was that last week when I cooked that food? That was something that might have been last week when I cooked that food or whatever. You can ask Jordan and my mom. It was here. I literally was dropping the food on the floor, and it's like I couldn't hold the food up. My mama literally was like, "You need to go sit down somewhere." She may have said some other words to go along with that, but she was sick of me because I kept dropping stuff. I literally dropped all my food on the floor on my little thing that's here. Mama's like, my mama just got the food for me and cleaned it up myself, because I didn't realize how mentally exhausted and physically exhausted I was from going so much or whatever. Let me see here. She said, that's right. A business is important. Right. Oh, yeah. You guys run a full business, a full cleaning service that cleans for major apartments and businesses and things of that sort. So definitely. Let me see here. Hey, Jarvis, how are you? Another one is different priorities. I think causes people not to spend time with each other. Mm-hmm. And I feel like one thing I do want us to start doing is, and you mentioned it, not only praying together, but planning together. Yeah. And I feel like we used to do that really good. Like when we took our trip to Myrtle Beach, and we took those, it was like 2 days, 2-3 days, to literally just plan out or whatever. And again, shout out to Jordan and Tate, because they kept the kids on that 3 day when we went or whatever. And we was able to plan. We literally wrote it out, planned. We prayed over our plan or whatever the case may be. But that was last year. And it's time to be able to plan together and prioritize. So to make sure our priorities are the same priorities. Of course, we want to be successful. Of course, we want to be able to have, have a big house and a nice things, whatever. But Two, in the same breath or whatever, our priorities need to be spending time with our children, need to be, prioritizing, ministry, because ministry comes in play with both of us. And a lot of times I do feel overwhelmed with ministry.
Mm-hmm.
And I was literally just talking to my mom about that, now, but I feel like I just say, to much is given, much is required. But I feel like when my bishop preached today, too, he literally spoke to my soul, because the conversation I had at 12 o'clock at night with my mom and my husband, I literally came to church and he literally spoke to me. Sometimes you got to figure out where to put things down. And sometimes we have this God complex that we can fix everybody and everything, and you over here because you have the ability and the love in your heart to do so. Your intentions are not bad, mm-hmm. but it is not your position to be able to do all of those things. Yep. So I feel like in my personal life, I've learned how to say no, but in my ministry life, I struggle with saying no or whatever, because everything that my ministry brings to me, God may not call me to do that.
That's right.
Or whatever. So I think I struggle with battling when to say no in ministry, and sometimes to say no to people I love too. Yeah. I feel like that too. I feel like I give a lot of myself, but I feel like I know how to pull back. I think my pullback is detrimental to some of the people that I pour into, because I completely shut down, and I don't feel like that's healthy. I just don't answer the phone. I won't text back. I won't do anything. I would just completely not communicate or whatever. And sometimes I feel like that's good, but then sometimes I feel like that's my downfall in some sense too. So, can you give some examples of how you prioritize, I guess, people?
Recently it's crazy. My counselor, I started a counsel session, y'all. And I'm proud of myself because my counselor, she digged into some deep stuff. I mean, deep stuff. But anyways.
Something to hurt your feelings, ain't it?
Oh, man. But anyways, she said something, and it was almost like a rebuke. And she was saying how are you prioritizing your time? Are you making unnecessary calls throughout the day? Are you...
She in the house now.
For real, are you, spending time on social media when you should be spending time with God? Are you... In other words, you got to set up these boundaries. So honestly, for me, I'm learning how to set up boundaries because I'm a random person. And I think
very spontaneous.
Spontaneous. With my giftings, with the bit, my gifts not gifts, but my ideas when they come to me is out the blue, and I'll pick up and I'll run with it, and boom, it'll jump off. And so now I'm learning on how to maintain, excuse me, y'all. I got a frog in my throat. I just woke up, but I'm learning on how to manage that energy as it pertains to that space there. For us, I believe that a lot of times we may have like an hour block or 2 hour block, and we don't use that time strategically in planning on how we're going to move throughout the week. And so I feel like that's how we need to do better.
I feel like sometimes when that time comes, I'll be like, I'm too tired. Yeah. I'm too tired to talk.
Yeah.
I'm too tired.
But even in the tiredness, we still gotta push past.
And just like I told you and my mom, I said sometimes I feel like I just don't have anything else. I don't have anything left to give.
Yeah.
At all.
But like you were saying, you gotta. For us, we were talking about getting a chart. You were talking about getting a chart. That's definitely what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to fuzz. In other words, y'all gotta find ways outside of just talking about it, outside of just good conversation. You gotta find strategic ways where you can put some penmanship behind what you're saying and write it down and say, hey, listen, this is what we're going to do from the hours on Monday after work, hours Tuesday, Wednesday. You got to really, really start planning, because if not, you'll go through a cycle and you burned out and you don't have anything else to give.
I agree. So when you say you go through that cycle, that's kind of bring us to the next point, routines. Sometimes, we'll fall into the routines of this. It's just happening. Life's just happening, and you let life just take over you. Get up, take the kids to school or whatever. You go your way. You just rolling with it.
Just going.
Or whatever.
And that's not healthy, because as we started talking in our opening statement, this comes first. Daryl Conyers, he goes to the church. He's big on, hey Lord, he's big on his marriage being,
first.
First,
He don't play.
He take straight up.
No, we're gonna do this, and this is. But I respect that because and they've been married. Well, Faith, I think he's still on here, like 17,
30
18
years.
They feel like that. If you see them, they almost can finish each other's sentences because they've known, been with each other that long.
But I take that and I use it in our house because the thing is, you can have all this stuff. And I don't know why I keep saying this, but you can have all this stuff, and you can be doing all of this successful stuff. You can be doing all this other kind of stuff, but when you and the covenant that you made with God, if that ain't on one accord, and y'all not moving like in sync, it ain't gonna work. That's why I said be accountable, right? You got to hold each other accountable. And sometimes accountability doesn't feel good. Sometimes when you're not ready to be held accountable, accountability feels like an attack. It feels like that person is attacking you when they say, well, you don't spend no time with me. I feel like a lot of times women are repeaters of what they want. And sometimes when they repeat it in different ways or whatever. And it comes off sometimes as nagging or whatever. But I feel like that's that space where that person is not ready to be held accountable, and they're taking it as you're nagging, as an attack or whatever the case may be. But my thing is, the yearning for your partner to want to be in your presence, or want to be with you, we have to change the connotation of, oh, you need it, until they're like, oh my God, unless they're trying to be manipulative with those askings or whatever, because everybody deserves their own personal space. And granted, we are one, but we are still individuals coming together as one or whatever. But I felt we need to change the connotation of our partner wanting to be with us, or wanting to, that we're taking this, especially if a woman, we'll say, oh, he needy, he just want, and that's not what it is. You better want
your man to want you.
You better want him to be clingy to you and only you.
Now, I don't want you to be clingy. I want you to
know what I mean by clingy.
Yeah.
I ain't mean, let me choose my words carefully. I ain't meant to say clingy.
Yeah, I don't want you to be clingy.
But you know what I mean, though.
Yeah. But I feel like I have my spurs of time where I feel like I want your attention or more from you. But I feel like I ask. Do you think I ask? When I need more from you, like if I need like more of your attention time, or just even simply just to be held, do I ask?
Yeah, you do.
Or whatever?
Yeah, you do. Mm-hmm.
I feel like you ask for the most part. You ask like a little baby, though.
You got to tell everything.
You do. You do. You ask like a baby. And then you gonna hold me today. You gonna hold me today.
That's my safe place.
That ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm glad I provide safety for you. You hit on lack of planning outside. Outside influences. I am very big on this. This is like one thing I'm never gonna allow to happen unless it is positive influence. Influencer Jamie will be married 19 years next month. Wow. Congratulations, y'all, or whatever. But one thing I do not, unless it is positive affirmations or positive views on marriage or views on relationships, I do not let outsiders influence what's going on in my household. I am very big on covering my household. My family can tell you, anybody can tell you, you won't know nothing that's going on in the Carter household unless I verbally tell you. And if I verbally tell you, I don't care about you repeating it because I've healed from that place. That place does not bother me, and it's my testimony. So it's a testament to my testimony or whatever. But I am very guarded when it comes to our relationship and when it comes to our household. And I make sure that I block out a lot of negativity.
I mean, because you have to, because just being candid and not telling too much about business. We ain't struggling, but that ain't everybody else's story.
Right.
We ain't mad at each other, but that ain't everybody else's story. We happy. God has blessed us, and He, continue to do those things too for us. So you definitely got to be careful, man, on who you talking to, who you surrounded with, and I don't want to hear about someone else's. I don't want to hear about I'm fine with having other marital friends, but I don't always want to hear about, what her husband doing or what his wife doing. And, I don't want to, because I take on that energy and I bring that energy back to the house.
And see, my thing is, you got to have people that you be able to open up with, but if you're going to have married friends or friends in general or whatever, I got a friend, like my friend Chanel, I can come to her and say something, well, Chanel, am I wrong about, how I treated Jamie or how I said, and my friend be like, yes, and you need to go back and apologize and make it right. Because she has a love for not just me, she has a love for Jamie too, and she wants to see our marriage work and succeed or whatever. You can have a person that's your friend and be biased and it's a yes person or whatever. And and I ain't on the phone bashing my man with no woman, period. I'm never gonna do that at all. Granted, does Jamie sometimes make me unhappy? And I'm telling her, well, I don't like what he did, but can you give me another perspective on why I'm seeing it like this? And sometimes you need it, but you need it from wise counsel. Not somebody that always mad at their husband. They're taking their energy and putting it up. That's craziness. That's craziness. Or whatever. My mama told me, y'all, she put her grandma at our house. Yes, when we first got married, I think I told this story on here before for some people that already watched. But I'll tell it quickly. Me and Jamie were arguing when we first got married, and what was maybe about 3 years in our marriage. We were arguing, and I was the phone was ringing. I was trying to hang the phone up, and I answered the phone on accident, and then my grandma heard us arguing. We were screaming back and forth at each other. So I hung the phone up. This joker came and showed up to my house and knocked on the door. I'm like, man, I'm thinking, who is at our house? I opened the door. She put her purse down. Y'all not going to be arguing here. We're going to pray. We're going to pray. But I started carrying on.
She went in.
We
cast it out in the name of
I said, hey. I took that pocketbook, put it on her shoulder. I said, this is what we not going to do. I walked her out politely. She turned and opened, looked at me at the door, and I closed the door and locked the door. I don't go to your house when you and my granddaddy arguing and having y'all doing what married people do. I don't expect you to go to my house and interfere or what the case may be. I did. I love my grandma, but I sure did put her out.
Hey, Toya. Hey, Toya, listen. Pat called me. Oh, I'm sorry. I called Pat and he answered on the first ring. I'm proud of Pat. You should be proud of him too. He answered on the first ring, yo. Oh, my God. The first ring.
Jamie thinks she needs to have access to everybody like that. I don't know why.
The first ring.
I don't know.
Because I'm important.
Yes. This is the last thing. The last one we're gonna do, but we're gonna give just some tips to help is loss of connection. I always say this right here: when you feel or see the fire burning out, or you feel, I don't care what I say. Everybody in their marriage or in their relationships know the weird vibes you get, and something just off. Sometimes you can't even pinpoint what it is, but you feel something off. Don't wait and let it fester and let it get so far going.
You gotta stop it. You gotta stop.
You gotta stop head on. Do check-ins and be like, for instance, when Jamie got home, I saw that he was kind of just like leery in the face. The first time I asked, baby, you okay? Mm-hmm. And I said, is there anything I can do to make it better? Or whatever. He was just like, no, I'm just tired. I'm going to lay down for a while and I'll be ready. Or whatever. But when I saw his vibes was off, I didn't take it as a reflection of me. Because a lot of times we make so many things about us. It ain't always about you. Or whatever.
What you mad with?
What you mad for? But what you tired? Just carrying on. It ain't always about you.
What's going on with you?
Or whatever. Or you got a nasty attitude. Your energy on.
Let me tell you something.
It ain't always about you. Or whatever. My thing is, my job was to meet him with peace.
Fool, I'm tired.
We said what?
Fool, I am tired. Let me lay down real quick.
And that's my thing. I asked him, I said, hey, I tried to show him my pants I bought for work because I needed bridges. Professional pants, and some of my other pants that my sister gave me, they're too big to fall off. I thank you, Jesus.
All right.
I thank you, God.
Come on.
24 days in, no soda whatsoever.
Come on.
And if you know me, you know how hard that is.
Watch this. You 24 days in and you 24 pounds down. Come on.
I received 24 pounds down.
I
want to get about 175.
175, where you at now?
I would not. No, I'm not going to say that. I don't care. Y'all get y'all some business. Y'all ain't got that much business over here. But I noticed his vibe was off. So I admit it was like, he didn't want to see what I bought, so I just put it up. I didn't get offended or whatever, like, oh dang, I'm trying to show you something. You immediately trying to jump to conclusions or whatever. that person is allowed to have a separate feeling than you in the moment. Just because we want that mean we got to think the same all the time and have the same energy all the time or whatever. I didn't get offended or whatever and be like, well, dang, you just dismissed me. I ain't seen you, you know, you didn't left and you done hung with the boys at church. I didn't do that. My thing was, well, you know what? Okay, he ain't ready to see what I bought right now, and that's okay or whatever. And I said, are you okay? Is there anything I can do to help? He was like, no, I'm tired. And guess what I did? I left him alone and I woke him up, 10 minutes before this started or whatever. He needed a moment, and that's okay. Yeah. Don't take that as an offense like your partner don't love you.
But for me in that moment, when she did that, to me, that was an act of service. Her checking in with me, that meant the world to me because she's saying, okay, she's saying, okay, I'm acknowledging that something is wrong with my husband. I'm acknowledging that he may be off, and I'm willing to do anything within, reasons, whatever that may be, to make sure, Jamie is okay. And for me, that meant a lot, because a lot of times I feel like men, as pertains to feelings and emotions and things like that, because we don't share it often, we don't get that opportunity in that safe space and that safe haven to, say, okay, well, I'm feeling this way or this. Yeah, you don't get that chance that much. And whenever your wife or your significant other creates that, that atmosphere for you to do that, I think that's a plus. So I appreciate that.
Of course. Anytime. So we're gonna move on so we can close this down for the night, guys. This is some things that you can do to help you spend more time together, help you, reconnect in those lost places or whatever. Schedule regular date nights. That's something that we need to do. Like something I listen to.
We used to do it though.
We used to do it.
We used to.
This is something that I had learned this past weekend. I've been studying. It was a podcast, and I'll try to post the information later. I was listening to. She said we work on 777 in relationship, and I was like, what she mean by 777? It says every 7 days you should do a date night, and it does not have to be expensive at all. It could be something as far as going bowling or something that's having a picnic in the park or whatever. And I'm going to challenge everybody, and I'm going to put it on a flyer and everything.
You should definitely have them posted on your page.
Yeah, and do 777. And I want you guys to do this exercise with us to try to work with the 777 method. And guys, it does not have to be. Y'all can go and use the McDonald's app and get y'all 2 double cheeseburgers and just sit in the car and talk.
I'm sorry, but I'm tired of McDonald's. My children got me McDonald's out. We going to Chick-fil-A.
I'm just giving an example.
I ain't going to no McDonald's. We going to Chick-fil-A.
Or my thing is too, if you're not in a place where your budget say, okay, we can't spend no money right now, send them kids down the room and you let your kids eat, send them down the room and y'all gonna have dinner by yourselves.
Or if you got a toast at the house, I'm about to put y'all on game. If y'all got a toaster, you toast the bread. You don't want it dark. You want it kind of like you want the toast light skin. Okay.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
You want a light skin, you got to put it on 2.5. You put it on 2.5. And you get you some peanut butter and jelly, I guarantee you it's the best thing you ever had.
No, he can't cook. Don't talk.
I'm telling you, try it. Put the toast in the toaster, and you get your peanut butter and jelly. You smash it together like that.
How you smash it?
I promise.
That is nasty.
It is good.
I like regular peanut butter and jelly with the bread stick to the roof of my mouth, and I got to go to get it off.
That's good too, but that toast slap.
Y'all be eating toast peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Toya do. Look at it. Toya laughing.
Toya laughing. That don't mean she do it.
She do it.
No, ain't nobody be doing that.
You ain't from the country if you don't toast that PB and jelly.
Well, I guess I'm not from. I guess.
And don't have no apple jelly.
Oh my God.
See, y'all ain't know about that. Y'all fancy.
Let me finish the 777.
Y'all like grape jelly. Go ahead.
So the 777 rule, like I said, I'll post it and I want you guys to tag us in it and put hashtag 777, hashtag 37, y'all, hashtag perfect space or whatever the case may be. And like I said, every 7 days, do a date night. It doesn't have to be something expensive at all. It can be simple sitting on the porch and rocking on the chair together, drinking some lemonade.
We ain't gonna sit on the porch right now because it's pouring out there. But go ahead.
Go ahead. every 7 weeks take what you call a mini vacay or whatever. So every 7 weeks, I don't care if you go to Myrtle Beach and go up the street and stay 2 days or stay one night. Do a mini vacay, something you can turn and burn. Every 7 weeks, and then every 7 months, do a vacation away from your children.
Pause. We definitely going to our spot at the beach.
Oh,
give me a week, bro. Give me a week. Where you going?
That'll work. I'll plan it. But that is the 7-7-7 rule. So every 7 days, do a date night. Every 7 weeks, do a turn and burn trip. I don't care if it's up to Charlotte and right back, or up to Atlanta and right back, or whatever. And then every 7 months, do a trip away from your children or away from things in life or whatever. So we're gonna practice using the 7-7 method, and we're gonna let y'all know how that works, because this has been new for us too. Mm-hmm. We used to do some stuff or whatever, but we've been slacking on our date.
But you know what? No, as I'm thinking. Because we're so busy, we have become accustomed to doing things on the fly. Yeah. Like we'll plan a trip on the fly. We'll have a spontaneous, idea or thought on the fly. And that trickles down to our marriage. Yeah. We deal with our marriage and each other on the fly. Like, okay, I'm gonna make time for you. Mm-hmm. So I need you right now. Or I'm gonna make time for our, what we got going on. And sometimes what that does, because the other person may not be in that space with you in that moment, what it does, it just draws a wedge, because now you're saying, well, I'm making time for you, but wait a minute, you do it. We ain't playing this. It's on the fly. Oh no, I just hadn't thought of that.
Ain't no wrong with that. It says I have sharing hobbies and interests. Or whatever. I think something that we used to share was our love for music. And sometimes I used to take out your bass and I used to sing. Yeah. Or what the case it is.
I used to serenade with that guitar.
Oh my God.
That old little beat.
I knew it was coming, but I didn't know when it was gonna come.
You alright?
I'm alright. I ain't pee up this time. Yeah.
I'm moist.
Moist.
I'm moist.
Moist. We say I'm saturated.
I'm saturated. And then he said, I'm wet.
No.
He did say I'm wet.
I don't know what he said, but it was just not holy. Taking that for sure. Another one, creating traditions within each other, or what the case may be. And one of our traditions now is us going to Sense of Spa together.
Oh, listen, y'all.
We love to do.
If you listen, people sleep on the beach. Everybody be like, oh, the beach is played out.
You don't know where to go.
You don't know where to go.
You got to go in the expensive area and spend the money.
You do. You got to go to North Myrtle Beach, not the South Myrtle Beach. You got to go to North Myrtle Beach. I'm going to give y'all 2 spots. This 2. Write it down. Put it in your notes. Do whatever you got to do. Spot called the Cinza. Don't ask me to spell it because I don't know how to spell it.
I think it's Cinzia.
See? Don't ask me how to spell it.
Hold on. Cinzia.
Don't ask me for the directions, guy. I can't tell you how to get there because I'm going to put it in my GPS. The Cinza and what's it, Blue Moon or Blueberry?
Oh, the Blueberry Grill.
Blueberry Grill.
For breakfast and brunch spot. It's absolutely amazing.
I promise you.
It does not miss.
I promise you.
At all.
I promise. And we ain't talking about no regular waffles and all that. We talking about, they really, really like that, y'all. Listen, they so good, me and Lord will randomly take a trip to the beach
just to eat there.
Just to go eat there and just to go get a massage.
Mm-hmm.
When we can go to Columbia. Mm-hmm. They are that, they are really like that, seriously.
Next I have, this is a really big one. Prioritize quality time over quantity. So a lot of times you think that you got little moments all together that mean something, and they really don't have quality time. Actual thought, like you said, sometimes it's spontaneous. Sometimes we need to plan our things.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, and I keep cutting you off because
you all right?
See, this is how spontaneous I am. But I remember when, what was that? You did something over on the side of that. What that was about? You lying? See that? That's another we're gonna start. The next podcast gonna be your wife lying to you on the couch. It's gonna be a whole segment. She lying to you. You did something.
Go ahead.
All right. What was I about to say? Oh yeah. So what was I about to say?
I don't know.
Oh yeah. I got it. So I'm getting old, y'all. I remember when we first started doing EAC full time. Remember we used to go to the Bacon Suite?
Mm-hmm.
and we would literally, who give me a thumbs down? The devil is like, who give me a thumbs down? Who give me, Lord, look at that thing. I'm about to rebuke you. Who that was?
Boy, if you don't make your point, that might have been your own finger.
If you don't like what we talking about, you get off. Coming on my live, coming up on me and my wife's live.
They might have did it by accident too.
I ain't care. You better change it. Tell me, don't be giving us no putting a thumb down. What's wrong with y'all?
Go ahead, make your point.
What? I'm sorry.
We was going to Baker Sweets.
Yeah, we was going to bed. That thing got me upset. We have been doing our good talking. I came out of my sleep for y'all to talk to y'all. And you gonna give me a thumbs down?
Oh, sweet Jesus. Boy, if you don't come.
I'm sorry. I'm just joking. But anyways, seriously, y'all, seriously. We used to go to Baker Sweets. And I remember I used to gaze in your eyes, you used to gaze in my eyes.
Just gaze.
We just gaze.
Just gaze.
Now we don't do nothing. We just blaze.
We be eating that food, we go
Just
get them
eat.
sure.
We just eat and just go. We don't even talk to each other. Yeah, baby, how you day? Yeah, we just talking, stuff coming all down your chin. Ain't nobody saying nothing.
Watching the time.
Time to go. Don't even enjoy it, boy. We gotta get better, boy.
We got to get better, boy.
We gotta do something.
Well, that goes our next one, being flexible and spontaneous and surprising each other or whatever. I like surprises.
I think
You like stuff.
I do like stuff. I always like stuff.
You like
and
stuff.
the older I get, the more stuff is expensive. But you got to tell them.
I tell you, I did good this month.
Don't tell the people.
I'm just saying I did good this month. I did really good this month.
Keep it up.
I don't know about keeping it all the way up, but I'll keep it some way up. Praise the Lord.
Pray for me, or y'all ain't praying.
It is. Don't make me tell people how you try to one-up me.
Don't tell it, baby.
Okay, because
Keep it private.
I've been doing good.
Keep it private.
Well, that's all we have for you guys tonight. We hope that you gain something as we gain something with us having open dialogue with each other. Like I say, this is the Perfect Space podcast where we are growing. We're therapy in therapy, literally, or whatever. And we will see you all next week.
See you
Bye,
later.
guys.